Hello everyone, I'm Lori with Behavior Education at Spirit Keeper Animal Sanctuary. Welcome to Thursday, July 20th, 2023, where we are focusing on Salazar. Sal is a 12-year-old striped Morelia Bredli, and he was given over to us because his family is moving out of their home and into an RV. They've had him since he was a hatchling, and they got him in 2011. So he is 12 years old. And they built him this amazing 3x3 by 18 to 20 inch wide enclosure when he was a hatchling. And it would have been amazing for him at that time. And that's the brown square enclosure that I've been showing you some views of here. It's got shelves in it. It has heating and overhead lighting. It's got a heat tile under this humid hide. But as a 12-year-old Bredli, he needs something bigger than a 3x3. And so what I have done here is I have used a PVC pipe to connect his enclosure, the only enclosure he's ever known for 12 years, to a 4x2x2 dubia cages enclosure. I've installed a sky hide because Bredl's pythons absolutely love to utilize sky hides, and I've installed a net. And at this point, I haven't put anything else in the enclosure yet. I'm still setting it up. Now I have put 2 different kinds of substrate in there, and I put some green leafy stuff. And I decided that he's got this net, he's got this elevated sky hide, and he's got space. And I want him to have space, and I want him to see what it's like to have an available amount of space to stretch completely out in. And I wanted to observe his behavior when he had this opportunity that he hasn't had before. So he has a lot of clutter and cubby holes and spots in his old enclosure, in his hatchling enclosure, that he can utilize. He's got overhead heating and lighting. And again, he's also got belly heat under that humid hide in the form of a tile. So they did an amazing job making this enclosure for a Bredli. And as a hatchling and a juvenile, it would have been great. But now he's outgrown it. And so literally just within hours of me releasing him into the new enclosure, he was moving into it. I turned out the lights and left for a couple of hours and came back, and this is how I found him. And he was just moving around the free space. And it's been several days now, and he hasn't left the 4x2x2 enclosure and gone back into his old habitat yet that I have observed or that I have seen. He has been spending his days in the sky hide, and he's been spending his nights just kind of stretched out, moving around the space. So I also wanted to mention that he has only ever been fed live rats his entire life. He has never, ever eaten frozen thawed. So this is Sal's very first feeding at our facility, and this is a frozen thawed rat, and it's also his very first target training session. So I am just pairing his food with a target. And as you see, he had no issue taking that frozen thawed rat whatsoever. To me, Bredl's pythons are very, very easy. They pretty much eat anything I've offered them as a whole, and I've worked with nearly 40 of them. And in general, they'll eat mice, rats, gerbils, chicks, quail, reptilinks. I'm trying to think if I've fed them anything else, but I just have never had an issue with them eating. And they all eat frozen thawed prey, whatever I give them. So here is a little bit of video of Sal eating his very first meal with us, his very first frozen thawed prey item ever in his whole life. And he was just easy. We didn't have any issues at all. And I got asked the other day, how do I switch over snakes that have only ever eaten live to frozen thawed? And my answer was, I don't do anything special to switch them over. I just only offer them frozen thawed. I never offer them live. Once they get here, they're offered frozen thawed prey of some type, and they either eat it or they don't. And if they don't eat it, I wait until I see behavior that indicates they're likely hungry. So hunting behavior, whatever would be typical for the species, and then I offer again. And I have never resorted to offering live. I have always just waited them out, continue to offer frozen thawed prey of some type until they all start eating. Some snakes take frozen thawed their very first time offered, and some snakes eat the very first night or day that they get here, and others take several weeks or months, as long as they're not losing weight and their behavior is normal otherwise, and their veterinary wellness exam went well. I don't worry about it. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. Tell all your friends about the channel if they're interested in animal training and behavior, especially snake training and behavior. And I am sure you'll be seeing more of Salazar as he gets settled in and out of quarantine. And until then, and until next video, everybody please remember to always be kind and love your animals.